Welcome to Mama Cat's Home. I'm going to be sharing another slow cooker or crock pot recipe with you guys today, and it is from the big book of slow cooking from Southern Living. I tried to find this for the last video, like online or something. I couldn't find it, but I didn't really do any searches on Amazon, but I was trying to find the recipe that was in here that I used, but I don't think they went back to 2012 or something. But there is a Southern Living website. But anyways, we're going to be doing chicken paprikash this time. It is on page 117 if you happen to get this book from somewhere. And it takes 7 hours and 12 minutes total to make. 12 minutes are supposed to be hands-on time. But myself, it will be more than 12 minutes because I'm going to be chopping my own onions, my own bell pepper. I'll be grating my own carrot and cutting my own mushrooms, because I got everything cleaned up and now it's time to cut it all up. And I'm also cutting up my own chicken. So, this is what's in it. 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 2 pounds, I'm going to use cornstarch instead of flour though. And the reason why is because my all-purpose flour is under sugar. And I don't feel like lifting a 25-pound bucket of sugar. And I'll just use cornmeal. It'll make it gluten-free, so it'll be fine. 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 2 pounds of skinned and boned chicken breast cut into 1/2 inch strips. Now, I don't know if I'm having 2 pounds here. Jeff just took this out of the freezer the other day because it was already in the freezer and stuck it in the refrigerator for me. It's not even all the way thawed yet, but I'm not sure if I have 2 pounds. Maybe, hopefully. I don't know. 1 1/4 cups of chicken broth, 1 cup of chopped red bell pepper. We have a bit of a rainbow pepper because it was the best one of the red bell peppers we found. And I washed it already. So, let's see, where are we at? 1/2 cup shredded carrot, 2 tablespoons of Hungarian sweet paprika. I have Hungarian oh, it is sweet. It says it's sweet on the bottom. I was going to say it wasn't sweet, but it is. So never mind, I have that. I got that from Tuesday morning whenever they were going out of business, which I missed that store. Even though I didn't shop there often, like all the time. I wasn't there every week. I do miss it. I need to do better with this, telling you what's in it. 2 teaspoons of jarred minced garlic, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper, 1 8-ounce package of sliced mushrooms, and I am slicing my own. Like I said, I took it out of here and it was 8 ounces. 1 1/4 cups of sour cream and hot cooked orzo. It does not tell you how much orzo to use, but I have a pound here. I don't think I'm going to cook all that. That's a lot of orzo. So, we'll see. That'll be one of the last things you do, and the sour cream is one of the last things you do. So, I'm going to go ahead and get everything chopped up, shredded, and the chicken and cornstarch mixed together. Right now, everything looks a crazy wildness because I have everything on the counter. I'll show you. Everything is up here, and I don't think I set myself up very well. That's all the ingredients. Not that. That's not. That's all the ingredients except the cornstarch. I gotta go grab that out of the pantry. So, I'm gonna get to chopping next. Okay, I'm gonna try something new this time with the speeding up. Like I always do that part, but I'm gonna leave a little bit of the chopping and grating sounds in there. You let me know if that bothers you or if you like it. Okay, so now that I have everything prepped, it is time to start putting everything in the pot. That is everything except the orzo and the sour cream. So I'm going to go ahead. Hopefully this will work. Maybe I should move you guys a little closer. I'm not sure because I honestly can't see. I need one of those cameras with a viewfinder on the front. I don't have one. Well, I do, but it's very big and harder to use at times. So we're going to throw everything in. It says combine flour, which I use cornstarch, and chicken in a medium bowl. Toss well, which I did that. Add chicken mixture, chopped onion, and next 8 ingredients to a 4-quart slow cooker. We discovered last time that we weren't sure how big this one was. It says 12 cups. How many quarts is that? I don't know. I'll have to use math, and I don't want to do that today. Cover and cook on high for 1 hour. Reduce heat to low and cook 6 hours. Stir in sour cream. Serve over hot orzo. That's how you do it. So I'm going to throw everything in here that's supposed to go in, and I'll talk to you as I go. I want to set my book somewhere that's not wet because I try to clean up as I go. Okay, I'm going to do the chicken first. That is the part that I don't like the most because it's the dirtiest. Okay, so I got the chicken in there, and it says to throw the chicken and the chopped onion. This is it's supposed to be 2 cups of chopped onion. It's close. And I tell you what, that onion right there, my eyes are still burning. That is a strong onion. Very strong. Put that in the sink. And then 1.5 cups of, it's supposed to be low fat, low sodium, or sodium low fat free chicken broth. I don't have that. I have Aldi Special. It actually is fat free, but I don't have the low sodium, but that's okay. I'm gonna grab a cup. So you just have 1.25 cups of that. Now I'm just using this ball jar because that's what I have right there, and it's got the 1 cup right there. And then I'm gonna do the 1 cup first, and then I'm gonna put 2 more ounces in for the 1.25, because 10 ounces is 1.25. At least I think I'm doing math correctly today. I don't know, I may not be. I'll use the rest of this or part of this to cook the orzo because I like to use my chicken broth and not let it waste. Sometimes I'll take and I will put the date on it and stick it in my refrigerator because you can keep it for 14 days after. But I'm going to stick it in the refrigerator for now. Okay, that's the broth, the bell pepper, the shredded carrot. You're supposed to have a 1/2 cup. This is a little bit more than a half. This is well, it's not like compressed in there, but this is a cup bowl. So it's a little bit more than a half. Now it's supposed to be 2 tablespoons of the sweet Hungarian paprika. And my tablespoon won't fit in this jar. Oh, my half tablespoon won't either. So let's just see what I can do. I'll put 4 of these in there to make it. Whew, I think I put a little bit extra, but that's okay. Pour out, please. There's 1 tablespoon, and come out. And that makes 2. It's a little bit over probably, but that's okay too. Oh, I lost my little do-jigger. Oh well, I'll take it. I'll pick it up and wash it and put it back later. Okay, so now we need 1 teaspoon of jarred minced garlic, which is very strange. Usually it doesn't ask. They don't ask. Let me close that and then I'll start talking. Usually it doesn't ask for jarred anything like that in recipes, but I guess it did in this one. So I only have a 1/2 teaspoon measure because my other one, well, I could have used it, but it's still wet from when I washed it. So there's a 1/2. I'm putting a little extra in because we love garlic. it's supposed to be 2 teaspoons. I was not going to put extra in. I was going to put too little in. There. 2 teaspoons of garlic. I'm just going to leave this drawer open because I keep making so much noise with it. Then this is a 1/2 teaspoon measure. I should have kept the other one out, but it's supposed to be 1 teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to use the 1/2, and I do it exactly like it says because I don't like to add too much salt to dishes. Even though the other one I did had too little salt. And then a teaspoon of freshly ground pepper, and I'm just going to let that, I'm going to grind until I don't feel like I need to anymore. Maybe that's enough. I don't know. Okay, and then you're supposed to put in the 8-ounce package of sliced mushrooms. It does not say to stir it or anything like that. And I don't feel comfortable not stirring it. So I'm going to stir it up a little bit. Because, I mean, why would you put all those flavors in there and then not incorporate them with everything? I don't know why you would. It doesn't look beautiful yet. I hope this is good. We've never had this before. Get all that back in there. And then the last thing you do is throw in your mushrooms. And I'm just going to let them be on top because they are very delicate. And if you saw, I cut up I know it's a little crazy the way I do it, but I take the stem out and cut them up first, and then I cut up the tops of the mushrooms because I find it's easier than just taking the stem out each time and cutting up the whole thing. It's less work, it feels like, but it may not be. It probably isn't. It's less stop and start. Cook, and I'm going to leave it where it's at. I'm going to adjust the cook time to 1 hour. And pressure temp, I'm going to go up as high as it will go. Okay, and then I'm going to start it, and then I will come back in an hour. Okay, after it cooks for that 1 hour, you need to turn it down on low and cook it for 6 more hours, and you'll see what it looks like after that time in a moment. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it has done all the cooking it's supposed to do, and it looks like this. Oh goodness, you can't see it. There, that's a little better. Anyway, it looks like this. More like, I don't want to get it back down in there, but I have to add 1 1/4 cups of sour cream. So I'm gonna pull my handy dandy sugar tripod over and use that, and I'm gonna just add that to it. Don't want to just plop in there and pop that hot stuff back up on me. And you probably hear the microwave going because, as I had said before, we were supposed to have orzo with this. And whenever I started cooking my orzo, I got it in the pan, had it all ready to go, and then I noticed there was a weird bug in it. I don't know where the bug came from, but we're not eating bug orzo. So we're swapping it to shells. Now, myself, I think that this is probably more soupy than what it's supposed to be, but I don't know. So the shells are cooking in the microwave right now. So I'm gonna finish stirring this up and go grab those. And I think I'm just going to pour the shells in here instead of putting it over the shells. I know that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to put it over the orzo like that, but I'm just going to put it in there. But see, mine does not look like that. Mine is soupier. So, I'm going to grab that. Alright, I've poured the shells in, and I'm just going to mix those together. Honestly, I don't think this turned out like it was supposed to. I think it was supposed to be a lot thicker. I did not add any of the water to the shell that were in the shells. I did drain those. So, I'm thinking since it was supposed to be thicker, and this didn't seem to turn out like it should have, it's more like a soup. I don't know. But I think I'm going to turn this on the hot pot setting, or maybe saute, and just let it kind of cook a few minutes to maybe cook some of that liquid out. I don't know. Maybe I made a mistake by using the cornstarch instead of the flour. But that's the only thing I didn't follow, except the orzo, which that doesn't even count because that was just the noodles, and that was before. I mean, all the rest of it was before that. It smells good, so I'm gonna let it cook for a few minutes on saute, and then I'm gonna plate some up. I'm just gonna bring it to the table and plate it up, and somebody will taste it. So Jeff is going to try it. It doesn't look like it was supposed to, which it does look kind of similar, but I did add the noodles to it instead of having the noodles under it, which they would have been mixed in anyways. Make sure you get some of the pepper and onion too. Did you even blow it to see if it cool it off any? So what are your thoughts?
Pretty good.
It's pretty good?
Pretty good. I eat the pot then.
You can't eat the pot. It's metal. Is it that good?
That's pretty good.
You gonna try it, Noah?
Actually.
Eventually? Okay. Well, I'm gonna put the camera down so I can get me some. Do it. What do you mean in the picture? I don't. I'm looking in the microwave. I'm hoping that it's where it needs to be. I don't know. Okay, so what are your thoughts about this?
Good. Thumbs up.
Why do you act so weird whenever we get on camera?
I'm weird.
You don't act normal. Okay, so my thoughts are, I mean, the noodles did change it, but it didn't change the flavor. And it's only that we use shells instead of orzo, which those shells are not much bigger than orzo. So that might not have been a big difference. But this is how much we had left. Jeff's got some for work. And then Noah has some for later. Because he'll probably be the one that eats it. He'll probably eat it tonight or tomorrow. But, so that's how much we had left of this meal. We were thinking that maybe next time try it with thighs instead of the chicken breast, which either way it would be good, but I like the texture of the thighs, and in certain kinds of things I like thighs better than I do breast. And these were fine, but it was the texture of the meat was kind of, I don't know, grainy almost? I don't know. How did it feel to you?
Oh, it's good to me.
No, I'm saying, like, I don't know. The texture of this chicken was strange to me. And I don't know why. But it wasn't a bad thing, but it did feel different. It wasn't smooth, maybe. I don't know. But the whole time it was cooking, I was kind of iffy about it because I didn't know if I would like it or not because it smelled funny and it was strange and all that stuff. But when I put the sour cream in it, it completely changed the smell of it, and it smelled good to me then. So I don't know why. And I know whenever I started it, I said that it could be gluten-free if I used the cornstarch instead of the flour, but since we used regular noodles, it wasn't gluten-free anymore. But you could make it gluten-free with using gluten-free noodles. But we liked it. We're going to be cooking it again. We need to put it on our list of things that we do like. we know that we're not going to get rid of that cookbook now because there's some cookbooks we did get rid of recently whenever we were purging stuff, and I had never used that one, so that's kind of one reason I wanted to use it, because if you never use it, why keep it? But now we found a couple of dishes that we know we like, and we're going to try some more too. So we did like this. I think that one reason why it was more soupy or watery or had more liquid is because the chicken, I think, probably had a lot of liquid in it, because we were talking, and whenever I was talking to him, when I first put it in there, I was thinking it probably didn't have enough liquid in it, but then I came over and checked it like 30-45 minutes later, and it had a lot of liquid in it after it had started cooking. So I don't know, maybe the chicken just had too much of the chicken broth in it that they put in chicken. If you look at the package, you see that they put stuff in it. So anyway, overall, we think it's a good dish. We will be cooking it again. I will put the recipe. Well, what I've been doing is typing it out and then having a link that you can just print it off. So I'll be doing that so you can have the recipe. And also, one reason why I'm doing that is if we only like 2 or 3 recipes out of that book, that means I can just print them off and give somebody else the book. So I'm kind of doing it for me and for you guys to have it. So if you want to try it, I would say yes, try it. I don't know if it would be any different with any other paprika, but I think that does make a difference, because I know smoked paprika tastes different than the sweet paprika, and I don't know if it being Hungarian makes a difference than other paprikas, but that's what it called for, sweet Hungarian paprika, and that's what I used, and it was good. So anyway, that's all I have for today. If you like our channel, please go ahead and subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified whenever we upload. Also, leave us a comment down below and tell me, have you ever tried a chicken paprikash? I think that's how it's said. I don't know. I could be butchering it. And also, if you've tried any new recipes in your crock pot, because we don't use a crock pot as much as I should or could, and I actually technically have 4, because the Instant Pot and the Crossory can be used as crock pots, and I have 2 regular crock pots. So anyway, that is all I have for today. Thank you for watching, and remember, don't take any wooden nickels, and be sweet.